Hi everyone. This first video is not a launch or an introduction or a performance at all. It is a foundational orientation for the body of work that will eventually live on in this channel. The intention of this video is to explain how I think, what I care about, and why I am choosing a slower and quieter approach to creating work and sharing work. This video will exist, so I do not have to re-explain my philosophy in every future video. Hopefully it will set context once, both calmly and honestly. So here goes. This is my first video. So a little bit nervous, but I am intentionally not approaching YouTube in the usual way, in the TikTok guru way. I'm building a library, not a channel that requires constant attention and hustle culture. This space is meant for depth, reflection, and long form thinking. And if it ends up just being a safe place for me to emote and to talk, that is absolutely okay too. So, why am I choosing a slower creative path? Well, topics that I like to explore is the cultural pressure towards constant visibility and performance, the emotional and creative cost of always being on, the difference between reach and resonance. So, loud does not always equal meaningful, fast does not always equal lasting. This is not a critique of social media or other creators. It is an explanation of personal mismatch and a conscious choice that I am making. So, this is the work that I am interested in and the core themes that you can expect from me. So, long term recovery and what happens after the crisis phase ends, rebuilding self trust after burnout, after betrayal, or self abandonment, intimacy, reconnection, and emotional honesty in adult relationships. That's with friendships too. Creating a life that fits after old structures finally crumble and stop working. And the reasons why I'm qualified to speak on these topics is not because I have letters behind my name. It's not about credentials. It is not about authority. It is about lived experience and sustained engagement. I personally have 25 years in long term recovery. So I haven't had a substance in 25 years. And throughout these years of recovery, I have spent navigating and rebuilding health, relationships, work, and self-trust. I talk about people pleasing, starting over, writing and reflecting on these themes consistently over time, and not as trends, not as hot topics, but as a place where hopefully you don't have to feel alone. So this is going to be a space of essays and open reflection, a space to think out loud about ideas that I'm writing about. And it's going to be a slower archive rather than a constant feed. So who I believe this channel would be for would be people who have already tried loud, fast solutions, people who value depth over motivation, people who want companionship in thought, not instruction. So I would like to leave the door open if this lands on anybody's eyes and just say that you don't have to know exactly where this leads, but you know how you want to begin. I wanted to start this in a way that felt honest and sustainable. And if this resonates, then hang out with me. Thank you so much. If this gets on any eyeballs, thank you for hanging out with me for my very first YouTube semi long form content ever. And I look forward to building this space with you. All right, bye.